Episode 2, Talk of the O-Town. Jacob, how was the week?
Hello. Week was good. Had a little bit of a slowdown compared to the prior week. I think the first 2 weeks when we reopened from the COVID shutdown, people were just super excited to get back to the gym. So we didn't see as many, it's slowed down just a little bit, but I think people are just starting to calm down. And, we had a couple other gyms open back up and whatnot. So, but still good, still really good. I'm really happy with how this week went. We got a lot of stuff done, a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, what do you want to get into right away?
Let's see. We'll start with the apparel. We did order the apparel. We got pre-order. We got a ton of new stuff coming. We had a bunch of people pre-order, a bunch of new colors, same type of apparel. We still have the t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, stringers, and then the hoodies. But we got a ton more colors that are going to be coming in. I ordered a bunch extra too, just so that we can have a lot more on stock for people to buy right away. So I'm really excited about that. It'll take about a week and a half, 2 weeks to come in yet.
Yep.
But I think we've been doing really well apparel-wise.
For sure. Yeah, I noticed a lot of interaction on the posts, a lot of messages, a lot of people really like that photo shoot with Corbin and Haley. Mm-hmm. That got a lot of action. I think that, the week marketing-wise for the apparel was perfect, and I think we boosted our sales a little bit right before that.
I think that was a good idea on your part to have that Google Drive that we sent the link to people. We had like good amount of people that we sent that to that ended up ordering some apparel.
For sure.
The one new thing, too, that we're doing is shaker bottles with this apparel order. I put in an order for a bunch of those. People have been asking me for those for a long time, so I think those will do well. Yeah,
those will be sick. Definitely killer at the gym.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. So I ordered like 50 of them to start. We'll see how it goes. We're selling them at, I'm thinking $14.99 a pop. And then those will be in with this apparel order. As far as apparel, that's about it, though. We have been asked. We've had a few people reach out and ask if we have a nutritionist on staff. The answer to that is not yet. We are working on that. That is something that I would like to do, is hire someone. Because I think, number one, I think that'd be just super cool to have someone on as a nutritionist to offer that service. I was kind of waiting for a little bit more of a demand, to be honest, though, because that was something like from the start when you open, you kind of want to push the nutrition and everything. But, I was kind of just waiting to see if, I guess I don't really have to explain any more than that, just waiting for a little bit of a higher demand. But I think we're at that point where we can really start looking into bringing someone on. I'd like to have him come on the podcast, too, when we do him or her come on board, so we can talk about some topics like supplementation.
Right. This is like I think this is the perfect platform for anything like that, any informational topics or anything like that. I mean, this is just so free to talk as long as you want. You can get into much details you want about everything, and I think it'd be a perfect way to get the information out from the nutritionist.
I would agree, absolutely, and just put out content so people can have it. We are working on ordering a lot more equipment too, just as a random announcement. Couple things that we're trying to do. Number one, I think we talked about dumbbells last week. I don't know if I brought it up or not.
I don't believe so. I think that was the team meeting, actually.
That was the team meeting? Okay. Yeah. We are working on fixing and replacing the dumbbells. We've had a couple of them that are like falling apart. It's not something that, we're working on getting new ones. Unfortunately, pretty much everywhere is sold out of dumbbells at this point. So even if we try and replace it, there's not a lot of places that are making the parts to replace it. So just as a random announcement to members listening, we know that we're working on getting new ones. We know there's a couple of them that don't have a pair at the moment. Doing everything we can, but just sit tight with us.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Reviews, we've been asking a lot of members, they come up to us to leave reviews for us. Go to Google, go to Facebook, whatever. A lot of people ask how they can support us, support the gym. Reviews are a great way to do it without financially investing, So if you like the gym, you've been following us, you support us, we'd really appreciate you leaving a review.
To second off that, obviously, if you're listening to this right away in the morning, the post won't be up yet. You can just go to Facebook, our Facebook page, or just look us up on Google and just leave the review right on there. But on all the social media platforms, I will be sharing a link later tonight. That way, it's easy for you guys, just a one click, bring you right to the review, so you can leave whatever you would like.
Yeah, so that would be greatly appreciated. Group training. So a lot of people have been asking. They've been seeing the wrestling mats rolled up in the corner of the gym. We are going to be offering some training programs there. We've got 3 different classes that are going to be run with those. So we've got jiu-jitsu and judo are going to be kind of combined into one. Muay Thai is going to be the other one, and then wrestling is the last one. Now, Dalton, you are a little more versed with the wrestling community and things like that. I'm just getting into, to be completely frank, figuring, like, knowing what the difference between all of them is. You know, to me, I look at it as like MMA, just kind of fighting, stuff like that.
Right.
Something that we have a very high demand for, a lot of people have been asking for. But can you kind of explain the differences between those classes? Do you know enough to where you can give a good explanation of that?
So jiu-jitsu for sure. That's pretty much the art of choking people out, honestly. It's just grappling. A lot of it is similar to wrestling, but there's 2 different types. There's traditional jiu-jitsu where you wear a gi, and that's like the karate suit, and you can use that to your advantage for different holds and different chokes. And then there's non-gi jiu-jitsu, and that's very similar to wrestling in that it's just, grappling, similar movement to wrestling, but the objective is to choke someone out or get them to tap. I shouldn't say choke them out. You obviously tap out before you go out, but that's the objective. What was the other one? You said judo? That was jiu-jitsu and judo?
Yeah, the judo and jiu-jitsu class are going to be kind of like combined into one.
Okay. So judo, I don't know much about, but I know that a lot of jiu-jitsu players, they will use judo on the feet, like as their technique to get to the ground for submissions. So it's a lot of like judo throws, which is a lot of like hot, like super hot, like step in, like use their momentum throws. So that's it for the first one. Taekwondo.
Yeah, from what I was talking to one of the trainers.
Yep.
And from what I understand, judo, like if it's specifically a judo match, he was saying it has something more like you're on your feet, and then jiu-jitsu is kind of more taken to the ground type thing.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't know much about judo, but the one thing I do know about judo is like when someone's in the UFC and they're describing like what they do, it's like they have judo throws.
Sure.
So that's the main objective, is just like super like hip tosses, throws. And then you said just Taekwondo was the second one? There's no other?
Second one's Muay Thai and then wrestling are the other 2.
Muay Thai. I believe Muay Thai, that's like clinch work.
Okay.
So that's like getting in, like clinch knees. That's all I really know for sure, clinch work. Wrestling, which is what I did. I wrestled all throughout high school, and that's probably going to be the most popular, at least well known. I don't know, most popular, but obviously that's the just basic grappling, and the objective is to either pin your opponent or outscore them. But yeah, jiu-jitsu, judo, and wrestling, they all tie together. It's just that the main objective of the sport is different, but like the movement and that is pretty similar.
Sure. Okay. So basically, thank you for explaining that, by the way. And then the way that we're going to be running those programs, right now it's a very fresh program, so we're only going to be running the actual classes about twice a week. And then we'll have open mats 3 times a week. So the way we're not rolling it out quite yet. We got the trainers in. There's different coaches based on which area they're going to be teaching. The way we run their class, people can come for one. Like if they just want to do the wrestling class, they can show up just at the wrestling time slot. Otherwise, there will be like a bundle deal if they want to just do all 3 of them and just do like a complete like mixed martial arts, training.
Right.
It is something where, regardless of skill level, people will be able to get involved with. People that are fresh, like haven't done any of that before. Like I've never done anything like that, but I'm actually very interested in trying it.
Yeah. So 2 ways to look at it. With that being said, if you are worried about skill level, one way of looking at it, when I went to jiu-jitsu, I was very low skill level. I haven't trained much in jiu-jitsu. It was the safest and most knowledgeable based rolling sessions when I went with the black belts. Obviously, they know how to control those situations. They won't hurt you.
That's what
they know how to help
yeah.
you. And then there's another way of looking at it, which is what made me a good wrestler. My freshman year, I was in a workout group with 3 seniors that just beat me up every single day, made me tougher every day, made me better every day. So that's 2 ways of looking at it, just to kind of take that skill level thing out of the picture, because that should not stop you from coming in.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of how they explained it to me too. You know, they'll obviously if you're a complete beginner, you know, they're gonna know that, and they're gonna be able to match you up with the right person appropriately, so that you're not just getting super frustrated when you're learning fundamentals. But it's kind of open to everybody, and these guys are legit too. These trainers, they're legit. They're the real deal. So I'm really excited to have them on board. But yeah, more information on that to come for like pricing and whatnot.
Maybe before we drop that, we could have them on the podcast too.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, actually. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so that's that. Other group training, we want to bring back the strength training classes that Milton ran. Those have been something that people have been asking for. So Milton is gathering up all the people that have been asking him and kind of working out when we're going to start that. So my goal is by next podcast to have dates, a starting date, and when we're going to start running those, because those were really popular, especially the max out week is a really popular one that we want to get going again too. For those of you that don't know what max out week is, basically Milton ran that with his strength training class, but you don't have to come to the class if you want to do max out week. Basically, we do 1 day is squat, 1 day is bench, and 1 day is deadlift throughout the week. And then what you'll do is you'll work with Milton if you have a certain weight that you want to hit. If you want some help with that, he'll help you. He'll tell you like what weights you should use for how many reps to work up to it, so that you can hit that max. And then we've got spotters, staff during those times where they'll make sure that you have a spotter. Obviously, you're being safe. And then it's really fun. The energy in the gym during max out week is really positive and extremely fun just to work out, because we turn up the music really loud and everybody's yelling, cheering, stuff like that. It's a really cool environment. So those are coming back. People are really, really excited about that too. Otherwise, I kind of wanted to put that out there too. If there's any other group training classes that people would like to see, let us know. The bio for suggestions. Yep. You said that's in the Instagram.
Google form. It's in the Instagram bio.
Okay.
I also posted it on Facebook today. And yeah, it's accessible pretty much wherever you look. If you can't find it, shoot us a message. I'll get that to you right away.
Yeah, no, and that's open for not just podcast options and stuff like that. Any suggestions that people have, please do it. Reach out. Maybe do we talk about that at the team meeting, having like a Dropbox or something?
Yeah, but that'd be kind of dope just to have like that one be the main suggestions. And I mean, if it's necessary to talk about it on the podcast, we could just do it then.
Sure.
And obviously, if it's a suggestion that you would prefer us not to discuss, I mean, you could just put that in there, like please don't discuss in the podcast, and then we'd know. It's just like for us to see. But yeah, we could just use it as like a general, suggestion box.
That sounds good. I'd like to do that. On that other equipment that we're working on ordering, so we talked about the dumbbells.
Yep.
Medicine balls are another one that we are ordering. Hex bar is another one we're ordering, and then TRX bands were the other one too. So those I just had to order. I went to a couple stores this week to try and find them because I wanted to get them right away. But if you go to a workout section in stores in Oshkosh right now, it's pretty much wiped clean.
Yeah,
so,
suppose
everyone.
Still that time.
Yeah,
we're not out of it yet.
That was everything though, equipment wise, right? That we were focusing on.
Just stay tuned on social media. Obviously, as soon as we get that in, I'll get that up and posted. You'll know about it.
We also just wanted to, other announcement, we wanted to remind people to make sure you're staying on top of cleaning equipment. Obviously there's a lot of places are open now, restaurants, bars, a lot of places where there's a lot of people, in a single room, and COVID didn't go away. So please make sure you're being on top of cleaning the equipment. Staff, we all talked about that too. We've been bombing the place with air spray and wiping down the handles a lot, and we're making sure to stay on top of that. So we just ask that you guys continue with that too, and make sure you're re-racking your weights as well, please. That's something that we always ask. Yeah, that's about it. Something we talked about in the team meeting that people asked us about is we had a few people call and ask if like females are allowed to work out at the gym.
Yeah.
Which
of course.
Yes, of course. Of course, absolutely. Yeah. I think that was something that was a big misconception with when we originally started out. When we originally opened the gym, actually, I'll just talk about this very frankly. When I first opened the gym, I went for a lot more of the bodybuilder, powerlifter niche, and I went for it really hard because I had no idea what I was doing as an entrepreneur. I still don't, but I'm figuring out. Anyways, we went really hard after that niche, and we did some marketing that's like, real intense, and we had music that was a lot more intense, and metal, stuff like that. That was when we first opened. We've kind of strayed away from that now. So ever since we moved to we expanded, came to the bigger facility, we're trying to open it up so everybody, we do get a lot of the bodybuilders and powerlifters that come in and work out. Don't get me wrong, but we've definitely pivoted our approach to where it's a lot more open and a lot more welcoming now. So, it's not heavy metal on the music anymore. The members have always been extremely welcoming whenever people come in. So that intimidation factor, if that's something that's preventing anybody from walking in the doors, just know that that's not something that you should be concerned about, because everybody's super nice. The members are really, really cool.
For sure.
I'm really grateful for all of them.
And looking at it from like a customer perspective, if I had to give it a description, when you walk in, you might still get that bodybuilder feel. But like you said, super, super supportive, and it's like the most personal gym in Oshkosh. Like you're going to make friends while you're at the gym, like no matter skill level differences. Like when you walk in there, like you said, you might still see like, oh, there's a lot of bodybuilder type dudes in here. But super personal. I mean, everyone's friendly. I mean, it's a super,
right,
everyone's welcome gym type.
So yeah, I just kind of wanted to address that, because I think that stigma is still kind of there of that we're just a really intense, like, not welcoming gym, and I want to nip that in the butt right away, because I do not want people thinking that. Is there anything I'm missing there? I know we talked about that at the team meeting. I would just want to be very, very clear about that.
Yeah, no, I don't think you missed anything. If anything, I'll take some responsibility for it in the upcoming weeks to hopefully make some more content with, female based, maybe some more like female driven workouts, or just everything like that. Just trying to give us a little bit more of an appeal to show obviously that we, clearly accept women, but love having everyone in the gym. Yeah. Doesn't matter what. So.
And then also, we've been getting a lot of people. So the rec, from my understanding, the rec facility at UWO is not opening for the summer. Is that accurate still?
From what I know.
Now, with that being said, we are not specifically running a summer package, but our rates are extremely low for students. For people that don't know, our student monthly rate is $14.99. So, when you sign up as a member at the gym, we do have a maintenance fee that we bill the day that you sign up, and that is $39.99. But when you add it up, if you're a student coming into the gym, it's still cheaper than, like last year we used to have a higher student rate, and we ran like a summer deal. It's still cheaper the way we're doing it now, because we cut our monthly dues in half for students. So it's $14.99 a month. It's $40 to sign up. So, it's $55 on day one. And then if you're there for 3 months, you're spending a total of $85,
right.
Because it's $45 for 3 months of membership, and then it's $40 to sign up. So 3 months of membership for $85 is still a really good deal when you look at it. And it's 100%. Cheaper, and it's split up as opposed to having to pay up front for that entire 3 months. So I bring that up just because a lot of people have been asking, are you doing like a summer package or anything like that? No, not really. I mean, we don't do that right now. But if you sign up as a regular student, we don't have a year contract or anything. You can drop your membership whenever you want to. So that's going to be the best bang for your buck. And then, so anyways, I encourage students that don't have somewhere to work out. If you did used to work out at the rec, stop by, try out the gym. We always let people work out for free if they're checking it out. We definitely welcome those students. Let's see. What other announcements do we got? Anything we talked about in the team meeting that you can remember?
Trying to think. Everything I remember we covered.
I think we did too.
Yeah, I think we're good. We do have a question.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Well, I'm struggling to pull it up right now to read it word for word, actually. But what it was asking if we work with injured athletes, and I think it would just be a perfect way for us to, introduce what we are doing with injured athletes and things like that. If you want to just get into some detail about that.
Absolutely. So if you have any kind of injury, not just if you're an athlete and you're injured, anything, we offer physical therapy at the gym. We have a partnership with Fox Valley Physical Therapy, and that allows us to work with clients that may be injured, and the diagnosis might be something that's a little beyond what a personal trainer is able to work with. We can still work with you because we have that partnership with Fox Valley Physical Therapy. So basically what we would do, say you come and you're injured, you got injured as an athlete, we'd set up, it's a free screening with Fox Valley Physical Therapy. For people that don't know, they actually have a room at the, like kind of where the tanning beds are at the end corner of the gym. They have a room with one of those beds, stretching bed things in there. I don't know what they're called, but physical therapy things in there that they work with. But anyways, if you are injured, they'll meet with you for free. They'll do a screening, and then they'll work with you to figure out what the next steps are going to be. So we can actually fill that gap. A lot of times when you go and you do physical therapy, if you're injured or something, you meet with the physical therapist maybe once, twice, 3 times a week, whatever. And then if you want to work out, you're kind of on your own there. Whereas since we have the physical therapy there, we have the trainers there, we can bridge that gap and take you through the whole rehabilitation process. So if you work with the physical therapist, they'll work with the personal trainer. The personal trainer will know exactly what you are and aren't able to do. They're going to know your specifications and what your goals are. Because you worked with the physical therapist, there's no disconnect there. We bridge that, so we can take you through and make a whole workout regimen for you based on what your injury is and what you can and can't be doing, and what you're doing with your physical therapist. So, long story short, to answer your question, yes, we do work with injured athletes. Anyone with an injury, I would highly encourage you to stop in and talk to us, because we can put you in the right direction, make sure that you're taken care of. So.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a free consultation. Might as well give it a shot.
Absolutely. And with anything, I mean, pretty much everything, if you're interested in anything at the gym, whether it's, the physical therapy program, whether it's personal training, group training, any of the programs we're running, we do free consultations all the time. So Come and ask us. We'd be happy to set you down with a trainer, and they'll just pick your brain. They'll talk to you and give you whatever information you need to know. And it's not like they're trying to sell you or anything like that. You sit down with them, they're just going to be very upfront and honest with you. This is what we're looking at, and here's what we can do to help you. We're never, ever going to just say, like, there's nothing we can do for you. If we can't, we'll at least point you in the right direction, to whatever extent that we can. So I always encourage people, come and talk to us, even if it's something that's financially, it's something you go through a financial situation. We work with people in those situations. So don't let that be a barrier to making sure that you have a regimen, a program where you can work out safely.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Did I explain that well, or was that okay?
100%. Yeah, like you said, free consultation, can't go wrong. Mm-hmm. Might as well give it a shot, and if we can't help you out, send you in the right direction at least. I think that was a perfect way to go into detail about that. That is something that I am working with them on getting a calendar up on some of the social media sites, because you got to obviously set up a consultation with them, and I was just going to somehow make a calendar sort of way, that way we can have it just out there right away. You can just go to our social media pages and find out right from there what would be the best time that would work for both of you. So that obviously help show that we do work with injured people.
Yeah, I forgot that we were going to do that. Yep.
Yeah. The
you
only
brought
other
that
thing that I remembered was when you were talking about that from the team meeting, is we were talking about doing some sort of raffle for the review.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to
So
bring
if
that
you
up.
want, that's something obviously early in the week, you'll see that we'll push that a little more and we'll explain it exactly detail by detail. But yeah, if you want to just get leaving reviews, we were discussing giving away a free T-shirt who gets picked from the people that left the review. So just get leaving your reviews.
Yeah,
Just
so
another
leave a review.
reminder.
That's all you really have to do. I mean, we can see who's leaving reviews.
Yeah.
So you leave the review at the end of the week. We'll put your name in a raffle. We'll give out some free apparel.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad you brought that up. Other thing that I wanted to bring up too that I forgot about is download the member app. Anybody that's a member, you should download the app. If you go to your app store or Play Store and it's not called O-Town Iron. It's actually called Gym Master. So if you type that in, it'll be the first one that pops up. It's like Gym Master member app. And then they'll download that. And then based on whatever email you gave us when you signed up, you just put that in and it creates a profile for you. And then you can access your whole account as a member, which is super cool because there's announcements that we put in there. There's, if you have a scheduled time for personal training, group training, anything like that, it'll say all of that in there, your specific appointments. If you have to change your payment information or know when your membership is getting billed, that's in there. If you don't remember when your maintenance fee gets charged, what day of the year, it'll say that in there. It's got everything. So download that app if you're a member and you haven't done that already. But yeah, I think that's all the stuff that I had.
Yeah, I think we're good. We answered the question. Got some good announcements off. A little upgrade in the studio, as you can see. Nothing major.
Perfect.
Yep. But hey, great episode too. See you guys next week.